Hi again everybody, I hope you're okay, and I'm going to talk you through how we use the basic functions of Noteflight today. So I'm going to sign in, as we did last time, on the top right. I'm actually going to go into a bit of a test user login, and we're going to go to the community and find our group, which hopefully you joined last time. Right, it's not coming up here, so I better join. Search TC Noteflight team in groups. There we go. On the left hand side, click the picture and go into join group. And now if you go into scores, you should be able to see the templates that I've saved for you. So I'm going to go into the Year 10 Pop Song Composition template. Okay. And what I need to do here is the little symbol there with two documents overlapping each other, hover over it, it says save a copy. So you need to do that and it will go into your own scores page so you can work on it for yourself. There we go. Okay. Just to check that, if you click on the semi-breve in the top left corner, the circle there, and click in My Scores, you should be able to see now that that composition template has appeared. Okay, we're going to work on that. Okay, so if you wanted to add new instruments to this, you would go up to the top middle of the screen where there's a picture of a guitar and press Parts. And on the right hand side you'll have the instrument panel pop up. You can add parts by clicking the plus and you get a fairly concise, limited selection of instruments here. If we click on, let's go for some brass, there's your trumpet and your trombone, so let's add a trumpet to that and click OK. Now that's added it at the bottom of my score, which looks a bit strange because it's a higher instrument, so you can just drag it on the right hand side. I'm going to put it just underneath the voice. There we go. Just as a trial. Now putting in notes, you can see here as I hover over the trumpet stave that it's showing me where the first note's going to go. Now I'm in C major, so I'm going to put in a C at the bottom. There it is. And we can actually either click in very carefully using our mouse on the stave, or we can use, like in Sibelius, we can use the keys on our computer keyboard to type in the note we want. So if I want a D next, I can just type it, and an E and a G perhaps, whatever you want. Now that rhythm's a little bit dull, so let's say I want to turn that last note into a quaver. So here's our note values in the middle of the screen at the top. If you hover over them, you actually notice that they're not called crotchets, quavers, semiquavers like we do in Britain. They're actually called quarter notes, eighth notes and 16th notes. Be aware that is the Americanization of the term, but we can use those as well. But eighth notes, quavers. Click that and you can see that my G here has now turned into a quaver, and I can add another one after it over the rest to make our rhythm slightly more interesting. If you wanted to repeat any notes, for example, that A, I wanted to start the next bar with the same note, just like in Sibelius, I can press R on my keyboard, R for repeat. And there it goes, it repeats the note straight after it, and I can carry on typing, G, let's change it to a G, put it back to an A. You can use your arrow keys on your keyboard if you make a mistake to raise the note or whatever you want to do with it. So I want a G after that, no, a G after it. I might have to place it with the mouse, there we go. And you can carry on building your melody from there. If you want to repeat a whole bar, click in between the notes, just like you do in Sibelius, those of you who have used the program, and press R again, and it will repeat the whole bar straight away. Very, very useful, particularly when you're doing drums down here at the bottom. If I want to repeat that bar, I just press R as many times as I want to make my drum loop. Okay, so I need you to put titles in, which you can do at the top of the page. You can double click that and change it to a title if you wish for your song or whatever project we're doing. Put your name there so I know exactly whose score it is. Various other functions you can do here. To play, obviously it's important to hear what you're doing. Click on a note and either press play at the top left there, or you can actually press P on your keyboard. etc. And it plays the music you are creating. Great stuff. On the left here, we've got a menu symbol. If you click on that, you may well... Oh, sorry, before you do that, press stop. Otherwise you don't get all the functions back. There we are. Now click the menu on the left. You can see lots of sub-menus here. You can add dynamics into your music, repeat signs. You can change different rhythms and tremolos and all sorts of fancy things, just like you can in Sibelius. So this is a really useful program that I want you to have a little go at in the first couple of weeks of our time at home. Okay, important that you save your work at the end of the session. There's the save symbol there. Everything gets saved to the cloud. You can't save it to your laptop or your MacBook or whatever. It saves within the web program here. So click save. And then when you come to send your work to me, which I will ask you to do most lessons, go over to score details on the right hand side. And if you scroll down, you can see the share option is there. It says this score is not currently shared. Share score. And click groups. And we need to enter our group name, which is TC Noteflight Team, and it comes up automatically, or it should do. Excuse me. And you can opt to let people copy your score. I would suggest you don't, because you don't want people ripping off your own work. People get sued for millions for that. So unclick that one and click next. Please make a copyright selection. This is exciting because you're composers. So my score is an original work. Click that, save. And what you'll find then is, providing that your name is on the file and you perhaps put an individual title in, it will appear when you click into the community. That will appear within our group. And that's the way that I'm going to be checking your progress. If I click on scores, that actually is now appearing here at the top of this group. But it's important you put your name in, otherwise it's going to be hard to work out, apart from your username, hard to work out whose is whose. So that's really it. Please ask questions. I'm on the email all the time. It's really important you do that. But I want you to have some fun and be creative with melodies and rhythms and harmonies and all sorts of things over the next few weeks. So for now, that is it, and I'll post more videos later. Have fun.